All right, guys, so let's do a little bit actually inside a job right now. I'm going to show you a little bit about part of the process and how this works. So let's go into this Joe Smith job. Let's say we want to add some photos to the job. So I'm going to show you kind of what's going on in regards to what's currently available to us. So this job has been created because of certain settings in the business process. And keep in mind, we can do this for you as well. In this particular project, there were a couple of things that were set in place. So because this was a water job that had emergency services selected, the system automatically built both an initial investigation photo album and a thermal imaging photo album. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. Those are automatically built. We can add photos to those either from the computer or from a phone. The idea being that the majority of the time the system is going to be used from the field. And that's what we built it for, is to kind of make it available to you from the field. So I'm going to actually go in here while we're doing this. I'm going to do a new screen share. I'm going to share my phone screen and get all this to pop up for us on the phone. Do a little mirror here, and should be, if everything's magical, it makes it work. There we go. So now you guys can see my phone screen, and what I'm going to do here is just kind of walk you through the process of what this is going to look like. So open up the system, the demo partition at jobdox.com, and I can go right into this same job we had been looking at previously. So let's go to the Joe Smith job. It's asking me to use my location because I just logged in, so we're going to allow it to use the location. We're going to click on this. There's a 3-dot menu button here that I'm going to click on from my phone. Pull that up, select photos. The general idea being that individuals in the field had gone through and snapped a bunch of photos of a project prior to arrival, but I'll show you a couple of different things that are available to us here. So I'm going to click on the Create a New Album button, and I'm going to say Demo Test, and save that. So now that creates that new photo album, opens it up for me to load some photos into. So now we just click on it. Now, a couple things that we can do. We can go to take photo or video. This will allow you to kind of see what I'm looking at. I look out the window here. It's a little cloudy and dreary looking at the highway. I can take that photo, and I'm going to use that photo. And it's going to process that photo and spit it into the system for me. It's going to generate the thumbnail of it and actually save the large image as well, so that it's available. And so that gives me that photo. And so you could do that as many times as you wanted inside a project to go through that process. Another thing you could do, if you snapped a bunch of photos in the system, is you would actually be able to come in and, you would actually come and select the photo library button, hit maybe the camera roll and scroll through and find some photos of projects, and maybe click on those photos of projects. I don't need to load that many for you, but I'll load a few for you just for the purpose of the demo, and just spit it out. And you can load 20, 30, 40 photos at one time and let this thing kind of run through. But I don't want to wait on that the entire time for the purpose of this demo. So we'll load these 3 photos additionally for you right quick. And you'll see that they just kind of process in and they spit it out, and they show up, and it's all nice and cool and magical. And so one of the things that I want to show you as well is that all of our controls are available to us on our phone here. So if you look here, this is where I click a button on my phone to add. Here is the button that I would click to allow me to email these photos out. I could do some albums. I could download these photos, whatever the case may be. So super cool from that perspective, which allows us to do that. Now let me go back to my desktop, go back to the screen share on the desktop. And I'm going to refresh this page that we just messed with. You're going to see now that there's a demo test album, and inside this demo test album we're going to have access to all these photos that we've just taken and loaded, and then the system, as it processes, will reconfigure all these to make these sizes match and make them all appropriate, and then allow us to spit all these things out via email on the controls that we showed you just a little while ago. So that's another one of the things that's available to us in terms of loading photos to a project.